taking on the Super Eagles of Nigeria in a major battle at the Cairo International Stadium. This is the Madagascar side picked by Nicolas Dupuis, the Frenchman. We don't have any changes. There's no need to change the winning team, of course. You got Adrien, the goalkeeper, who will start, plays his football in France for Martigues. At the back, we got Mombris, Razak, Fontaine, and Metania, who plays his football in the United States for Minnesota United FC, MLS team since 2017. Amada of MC Algiers, watch out for him on the left-hand side, very fine player indeed. Anisets of Ludogorets in Bulgaria in the midfield, and Elaima Haritra of Charleroi in Belgium. Lelena on the left-hand side, Adriat Sima of Clermont, and Andrea, the hitman, who's got a fine right foot on the right-hand side. Mr. Alioum is the referee for tonight's clash. He is from Cameroon. And assistance also from the West African nation, Mr. Menkoande and Mr. Dupuis Guegue. The Clermont centre forward, Andrea Sima is the man there. Mr. Mio of France with VAR officials from Algeria and Senegal are, of course, in that little office watching on. Alan Giresse has named this squad here. He keeps Hassan Moez, the goalkeeper, who was taken off the pitch ahead of penalties and strangely replaced by Farouk Ben Mustafa in goal just for the penalties, although they did make it through, so beating Ghana, of course, in the last round. Kashrida of Etoile de Sahel, Meria, Bron and Haddadi, with Sassi of Zamalek, of course, who the Egyptian fans know extremely well, on the right-hand side. Shkiri of Montpellier in midfield, and Chalili of Esperance. There is Nicolas Dupuis, the coach of Madagascar, and opposite him, another Frenchman, Alain Giresse, legend back in France. Up front for Tunisia, Msakni of Eupen in Belgium on the right side, Kazri of Saint-Etienne in the middle, leading the strike force, there he is, and Kenisi, quality player who I rate highly, plays his football for Esperance, of course, winning the African Champions League on 2 occasions in the last 3 seasons. And Andrea with the dyed hair is a danger man indeed, who will be leading that strike force along with Andrea Sima and Lalena. We're about to get this game underway. Madagascar in red up against Tunisia in white. And the Barria, which is, of course, a race of zebu, or cattle, if you like, from the mountains in the southwest of Madagascar, the nickname of this Madagascan side, with the Eagles of Carthage, of course, the nickname of Tunisia. He's so impressed with Madagascar, and of course we've seen teams that have underperformed in this competition. We've seen teams who have excelled and showed us what they're capable of doing. I think we need to most definitely mention the Squirrels of Benin, who managed to get themselves through to a clash against Senegal, of course, where they just got knocked out. It's too strong at the end of the day. Senegal into the semi-finals now. South Africa, another team that came through literally the stage door, if you like, having underperformed in the group stages with just 1 win. And well, that's a little foul there. The ball's picked up in the midfield. Good opportunity here from Chalili. And the defence holds up, and Madagascar desperately clear the ball. Met there at the back there by Bron, who's the 24-year-old centre-back, linking up with Meria of Olympiacos. Ball goes back to Adrien. Puts his football down near Marseille. No free kick given. Play on, says the referee. Here's Meria. Very important centre-back for Tunisia. There's Haddadi, one of numerous players on the pitch on both sides of the field who are based in France. Well, it's exactly what they do. They work so hard to battle for the ball. The referee saying play on that occasion. Look at the work rate is just sensational. There's a good opportunity with Lalena, who takes the ball here. Working closely with Ilema Haritra. And back into the midfield where Anisset gets the ball out to Amada. Amada, playing African Champions League football with MC Alger. Former City player as well. Spent 9 years in Algeria. Metania. Very focused and working very hard off the ball, and that's what we've noticed here from this Madagascan side. Kishida just watching the ball fly out away from Ombris. There's the CAF president, also from Madagascar, of course, Mr. Ahmad, right sat next to the president of Madagascar, André Rajoelina. Big match for those two gentlemen. Meria, a great clearance, but it's good enough. Nice little touch there coming in from Sakni. Tries to thread the ball through to his one of the front men. Of course, we're talking about Kanisi on this occasion. The battling continues. It's feisty, vigorous stuff in the opening exchanges. Very interesting to see what happens in this game. Now that we've got the three other semi-finalists in this 32nd edition of the Cup of Nations. Senegal, the only nation that's never won it. Itself is quite extraordinary if you actually think about it. That's a nice little through ball there to try and pick out the man running through Amada, but wasn't close enough. Chalale goes down. His feet taken from underneath him by Lalena. Based in Paris, one of the veterans, plenty of mature players in this Madagascar squad. Of course, follow this competition on the digital platforms, you know so well. Drop ball. Mr. Alioum just getting in the way there. Sassi picked up an injury, was out for quite a long period of time in the Egyptian Premier League, and of course with the White Knights of Zamalek, who went all the way in the Confederations Cup. They're giving the ball away. Madagascar, this is where they're dangerous. Lacking a bit of precision there, but they pick the ball up once again as Lalena works hard. Again, it's those first touches. They're very slick, aren't they? Got plenty of swagger as well. The barrier. Bit fortunate there. That's a very good ball into the midfield, picked up by Ilema Haritra. And there's the ball on the left-hand side. It's a good cross, but it's gone out wide, picked up here. Can they get a shot in? Oh, it's the attempted back heel. They need to be careful now. Tunisia can launch a quick counter-attack. But Lalena trying to, just getting caught up there. And now it's Chalale, who has just had his ankle kicked there. Shkiri of Montpellier with a neat ball right through to Sakni. Free kick it is. And there he is crying out to Kazri. I need you to come to me, make yourself available so that I can actually make that pass and then move off you. But if you don't move, then it's not going to happen. Kanisi, can he get a shot in? Well, he's got a man on him, and that was strong defensive play there, I must admit, from Razak. And block. Look at that, he's a big chap, isn't he? Razak plays in Réunion, which is one of the French islands in the Indian Ocean, of course, and the team Saint-Pierroise. Again, good work here by the Belgian-based winger Sagny. And a wild pass out wide there from Kenisi. The work rate of Chalali is very fine indeed. See what he does for Esperance, of course, but other players for the Tunisian Giants on the bench. And East Badgery, of course, the centre forward, would love to get himself onto the pitch. Played 3 matches so far, but not getting a start out here tonight. Ayman Ben Mohamed, a wonderful player as well. He played a few minutes in this competition so far. He was a favourite under Fawzi Benzati, but Langires, I don't know if it comes down to the language barrier, because of course all of the Tunisians speak really good French, but Ben Mohamed has had quite a strange, well, I would say strange, he's had a different upbringing. His mother is Irish and his father is from Tunisia. He moved to Dublin when he was very young, 2 at the time. Went to school in Ireland. The ball away here, and the through ball. Oh, that's Razak, who finally gets the ball back to his goalkeeper Adrian, picked up by Chalali. And finally just decides to join Esperance a few seasons ago. Getting a call up for the Tunisian side, so he hasn't really had the opportunity to learn French because of the history of Tunisia with the French from the past. Obviously, all the Tunisians speak really good French, but that came back off the Tunisian, and that should be Kishrida. Should be a goal kick, I think. Double hit. There it is, coming back off the chest, and they're very lucky to get the corner. Khazri strolls over to take it. The Tunisians just in front of me here are starting to make a bit of noise. Some of them out of their seats, waving their flags and banging on their drums as Khazri looks to loft the ball into the penalty area. There it is, met comfortably by Andrea. The ball goes back to Kishrida. 12, the Sahel player. Haddadi tries to pick out the Saint-Etienne man. Anisset's got the ball there. He's fired upfield. Question that we're all asking ourselves, just talking with other journalists coming into this game from Tunisia and from other countries, is whether or not Madagascar are capable of actually going and playing, you know, a few more high-tempo games. At the moment, it's looking very good, and they're looking very well organised and focused. Can they, because they're debutants, of course, and rookies in this competition, can they deal with this? They had to go through a qualifying round, crying out loud, to get themselves into qualifying itself. That in itself is just extraordinary. So they haven't come a long way. They've come so far, and to be perfectly frank with you, they totally deserve it. It's a remarkable scenario, and they're being applauded in such a big way as the ball goes out wide to Bron and out wide to Chalali. Chalali under a little bit of pressure. 11.5 minutes in, and there's Meria with the ball, slipping it down out to the left-hand side. Look at the pressure that the Madagascan boys are putting on this Tunisian side. There's going to be a free kick in the middle there, and once again, they just lay on the pressure and prevent them from doing anything. Kanisi is the player who just committed the foul. Ball goes back to Adrien, goalkeeper who plays down in Marseille, and Martigues, who's 25 years of age. Winning a lot of ball in the midfield so far, Tunisia. They'll be quite happy with that. Saying that it's just been pinched from them. Lalena's working his magic down the right-hand side. And it's been tidied up as well by Haddadi. But again, look at the pressure. Good work, that was. Very good work as the ball was slipped out wide there by Msakni. Now it's been diffused, that tempestuous period of play, but it comes out to Msakni on both sides of the pitch. He's Kazri, back to Msakni. He's got Haddadi just outside of him. That's a very good ball. Good opportunity for a shot. Oh, that was very close indeed. And Skiri, the Montpellier midfielder, spun on a sixpence or on a one Egyptian pound piece, produces a wonderful strike, sending Adrien diving and leaping towards the corner of the woodwork. Danger, danger, danger. A lot of danger indeed. Sassi was the player who got behind it, the Zamalek man. And again, they're picking the ball up in the midfield. This, by the way, is the second competitive meeting between these two nations. And been 4 in total. 3 wins for Tunisia, 1 for Madagascar. In the 5th of May 2001 World Cup qualifying match for 2002, of course, Madagascar losing 2-0 to Tunisia. And then just before that, on the 8th of June 2000, same campaign for qualification. They managed to win 1-0 Tunisia as well in the home game. Rades, the other one in Antananarivo. The long ball that's just been cut out, tidying things up at the back. And a set of Ludogorets playing in Bulgaria. Ludogorets play in the Europa League a few seasons ago. Look at the space down this right side. Look at the danger. They just look so motivated. That was Mitania. The ball back to the goalkeeper. Sen. Very interesting to see numerous players from different teams in France and in England as well, playing for the same team but playing for representing their own countries, of course, and coming up against each other. It's always quite entertaining. I'm just thinking about different players who I know, who you see, who are based in France, for example, because we do have a lot of the players here in Egypt start of the competition who are strutting their stuff in France. Amada gets the ball out wide very quickly. This is the danger. This is what they like to do. Get the ball rolling as quickly as possible. Continue to try and penetrate that defence, try and scythe open that defence, create scoring opportunities. The ball comes to Netanya. Waits for a little bit of support. He has it through Elaima Haritra. And it's going to be a free kick. They are fully capable of producing fine strikes as well from distance. Amada goes down. And an opportunity here for Madagascar. We get a first real shot on target. We've got one for Tunisia. We have another shot from Madagascar, and we're 17 minutes in. Do you think it's about time? I think so. Fontaine is about to come up and try and produce something special from this distance. And, not before the referee just calms things down. Thomas Fontaine, the Reims player. Here he is with that left foot of his. Fontaine, oh, he strikes it directly at the wall. And it's passed out wide there by Anicet. Lofted in there by Andrea. Quite comfortable with Montbrice. Razak out wide to Metania. Squares the ball into the path of Lelena. High ball over the top. It's a little push there. It's unlucky. The idea was good, but it's just a little shove, and that's all that the referee needed to blow his whistle. And there's also the offside flag went up for offside, of course. But there was a push on Kishrida as well. A double fault. Change of serve. Ball comes out wide to Bron. Wilfried Bony and Serie D missing their penalties for the Côte d'Ivoire. Finished 4-3. They didn't have to take a fifth penalty, Algeria. They scored every single one of theirs. And that's enough for a team who have been tagged as the favourites to go all the way. Wait a second, still 180 minutes of football, possibly more, before they can hold aloft that very prestigious Africa Cup of Nations trophy. It's a very good ball. This is good work. With a little turn there by Kasri, but too much traffic. And it's been picked up by Andrea. Sends the long ball upfield, but that's really not to anybody's feet. Not the ideal scenario. My question is, what's he doing all the way over there, back there? They're very busy in the midfield and at defence. That's a ball, I thought, but no, the referee says play on. Elena gets away with it. Cut out by Chalali. Very Bruce Lee-esque. Goalless here at the Al Salam Stadium, and the ball's been taken forward. There's an opportunity for a shot. It's not a great shot there that was fired in, but you've got to just say that they need to do that. The Clermont centre forward, Andrea Sima, with a tame effort, who really didn't trouble the Nice goalkeeper, Hassan Ruiz. Maria. Haritra, and they've won the ball. This is what they do. This is what Madagascar are really good at. Elena claims that he was held back, but the referee says play on. Chalali, he's nearly lost the ball. He did well there, didn't he, the Esperance midfielder? Long ball up towards Kasri. Kasri gets the ball. Can he get it back? He does pull it back. Kanisi does well to recuperate the ball as well. That's a cross that comes in, but it's just gone to no one apart from the Madagascar goalkeeper, Adrian. Surely going to be a foul there with Lelena going down. Did really well, didn't he, the Saint-Etienne forward. Kanisi as well coming across. His work rate is absolutely sensational, I must admit. When you see Kanisi playing for Esperance, just a few weeks with injury just going into the final rounds of the Champions League. Esperance set up a final against Wydad Casablanca, of course. But he's a player you really need to have in your squad. Alan Giresse was fully aware that there was quality with him on the pitch. Scoring that goal against Ghana that enabled them to push on through to extra time. Tunisia underperforming in the group stage, of course, as we know. When we're talking about well, what they did in Group E, it was pretty lackluster if you think about it. 1-1 against Angola, 1-1 against Mali. And a goalless match against Mauritania, of course. Well, that's gone through, and that's been taken well by Adrian away from Kanisi. And it was one of those groups with, there was a low-scoring group, of course, but Mali showing us what they were capable of doing. And Mali, because they managed to beat Angola and Mauritania, of course, that just enabled them to give Tunisia the chance to move through as the second best team. They set up a match against Ghana, and then, well, we know the rest of the story. Black Stars very unlucky there, and pushed to extra time, pushed to penalties, and then afterwards Gianni Sassi scoring the winning penalty. Pushed a little bit too far away from the Dijon left back. Supporters from Madagascar, the Berea supporters, celebrations where they just get the fingers up as the horns, of course, because that's what they're referring to, the barrier. Funny that it was actually, back in 2005, there was a competition to get a nickname for Madagascar. And of course the jury voted Barea, which is a zebu, which is a race of cattle, found typically in the mountains of Mana in the west coast, the west side more so. It was all about what the barrier, the zebu, represents in Madagascar, and that is power, the force, the riches, virility, and the importance, of course. Well, proving to be quite invincible at the moment. 26 minutes in, and well, they're still holding Tunisia, or Tunisia are holding Madagascar, call it like you as you will. And they're both on an 84% passing, successful passing rate at the moment. It's a good ball. Sakni gets the ball out, and it's Khazri has it. Unable to thread the ball through to a teammate there. Kanisi was on the left-hand side. Really gets the ball back to Bron. An opportunity. That's a nice pass, but well, it's nearly a nice pass. Still got the ball. Tunisia on the edge of the penalty box. Dadi gets hold of the ball. Kanisi working well as now as a Chaul. That's a collision there, and it's going to be a free kick. You just see that Elima Haritra has his ankle, his shin kicked, in fact. Khazri getting a second chance to get hold of the ball and make that pass. Too much traffic, a little bit too complicated in the middle there. And the battle between these two French coaches, really interesting it is. Such a stark contrast in what they've actually achieved. Nicolas Dupuy, 51-year-old, he'd been with the club for 20 years. AS Isure. He led them up through 4 leagues, in fact, 4 promotions. Good cover play that is by Fontaine. The CF1 and the CFA2. And in the French Cup they managed to beat the likes of Lorient back in 2014, which was one of the momentous moments of his career as a coach. This is a good work with Masakni, gets the ball from Kanisi. Kanisi gets the ball back, gets it back to Masakni. Adrian comes out, smothers the ball comfortably without any real issues. Jumps to his feet to talk about what he doesn't like in defence and how that shouldn't have happened, which is understandable. And it was in 2017 that he was contacted by some staff from the Madagascar Football Association. And then he signed the deal, of course. And that was the moment that he took over. 3 years later, here he is in Egypt with the Barrier, working his magic in what has been an incredible run to get them even this far. Hence the reason why the president of the country is here. That's how important it is. And all of the newspapers are talking about, everybody's watching this in Madagascar. You've got to understand that the entire population will be glued to their screens wherever they are across the country. From the wonderful island of Santa Maria to Antananarivo and Sirabe, Morondova on the west coast, Nosy Be, Nosy Comer, all of those islands up in the northwest, of course, Tuamasina. They all get a shout because it's totally deserved. But at the moment, Tunisia battling very hard on the edge of the penalty box, and they earn themselves a free kick. It's Andrea who commits the foul on Sakni, a little bit late with the challenge, do apologise. It's Razak, of course, the centre-back. And it's a free kick that will be teed up just a handful of metres just outside of the penalty box. Who's going to take this? Probably Paul Khazri right down the middle. The Tunisian fans buoyant, I believe, is the word. There he is. See how well organised this Malgashi defence is. Let's see what they can do. Can they block this from the Saint-Etienne man? Plays his football. And when he wears a green jersey, of course, in the centre of France down there, the Battle of the Rhone Valley. There's a chance for Tunisia. Oh, it's a beautiful shot, and what a save it was. Khazri brings out the best from Adrian, who gets a kiss on the cheek. Just look at that, it was dipping beautifully. That was going in, and it was hit with so much force. Delightful effort indeed, and what a great save it was by Adrian. There's your first real taste of the scoring ability of Tunisia when they want to churn up the heat. Madagascar keeping the ball out. There's the ball delivered towards the front post, headed away confidently by Andriat Sima. Ball's taken there, the throw in Dadi, and well, a little toe poke, and the ball's back up into Tunisian territory. And tidied up at the back by Bron, base centre back. Meria back out wide to find Sassi, the Zamalek man, and the pressure from these ever-present players from the Indian Ocean island of Madagascar. Goalless here in this fourth and final quarter-final battle here in Egypt. And that's going to be a ball kicked against Kanisi. Look at this sumptuous free kick. Oh my word, tipped onto the crossbar. Look at that. A rather marvellous save, if you don't mind me saying. Never easy when you've got a big, thick, dense wall full of defenders in front of you. You've got to see it coming. You've got to understand the trajectory of the ball as well. Great ball out wide by Metania. Metania lost the ball. Oh, it's gone high over the crossbar. Don't know if that was intentional. In any case, it was an effort that flew high towards goal rather than to one of his teammates. Dupuis talking in the press conference earlier this week. Quite interesting. It was just ahead of the game, of course. He was saying, yeah, it's going to be a big party when we get home. He said, we don't want to go and have that party just yet. We're here, we want to stay as long as possible. Well, it's up to them, it's up to them. It's a nice little turn there. Chalele gets the ball out. There's Masakni. Masakni goes down. Play on, says the referee. Nothing illegal, nothing naughty. And Madagascar pushing the ball out. If they can keep this ball in play, they'll be just launching themselves and pushing forward. That's a long ball that's gone a little bit too far. Taken by Hassan. Calls there for a penalty. Oh, there was well, there was contact. Look at his right foot. Or maybe he was looking for it. He just crashes into Lalena. That foot maybe from Razak. But there again, Sakni was looking for it a little bit too much, and not a big fan of that. But at the same time, sometimes you get away with it. But really, the ideal scenario. Alan Jures. What a seasoned coach he is after a fine career as a football player. They won the Euros in '84, of course. Third in the World Cup in '86. And it was in 2012, not 2010, that I mentioned earlier, that he led Mali to third place in the African Cup of Nations. The ball picked up there by Chalele. A big guard, didn't they? Diabate scoring a brace there for Mali. Lost in their semi-final. It's just a 1-0 defeat to the Ivory Coast. The goal scored by a certain Gervinho, another player that hasn't been selected or hasn't decided to come along and play. We do miss players like Gervinho, we do miss players like Ali Malul. He was training at the Ahly HQ just the other day, in fact, with a little friendly match that they were playing. Malul, a wonderful, wonderful player. Just ask yourself why he wasn't picked for the team. Victor Moses decided he didn't want to play for Nigeria, but there's got to be some reason why. Victor Moses played for Nigeria for 6 years before retirement. He'll come back out of retirement, but well, not after Nigeria produced this fine run here, this 32nd edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. In any case, let's get back to this match. Lovely little deft chip. This is wonderfully done. Can he get the ball across? Well, that's going to be a corner, I believe. Came off the goalkeeper. And he's a little bit unlucky there, I think, for Shrida. Onside. Unless the flag went up really late. That came off the goalkeeper, Adrian. Just flicked it with his hand. Oh well. They got given a corner when they shouldn't have had the other day. Look at that, comes off the left glove. And the ball sent up into enemy territory, met by Kashrida, the Étoile de Sahel player. A little bit bullish there, Khazri. Probably picked up that in the northeast of England, playing for Sunderland, the Black Cats. Successful teams in Tunisia, of course, Étoile de Sahel with their 10 titles, last one in 2016. Esperance have been dominant since, but fine team indeed. Winner in 2007 of the African Champions League. That's the only time at finalists on a couple of occasions. It was that era in 2004, 2005, 7 that they were really strong, Étoile de Sahel. Managed to beat Ahly in that final in 2007, the only one that they managed to win. Shrida would like to see his team go back to the top of the pile. It's a very fine challenge that is at the back there by Ron. Less than 5 minutes to go. That's a good ball there by Khazri. Khazri gets the ball out to Kashrida. Kashrida gets his crossover. There's the little flick from Kanisi. He's dangerous, and he just goes. Look at the running line of Kanisi. He is so good at that. Couldn't get his flick. It just got blocked, in fact, I think, from the Razak, as you can see. And the ball just bobbles away. Probably should have been a corner. Goals scored, 35 matches played for Tunisia for Kanisi. 3 seasons playing for CS Sfaxien. Good work on the left-hand side to just retrieve the ball and make it safe. Long chip there by Sassi over the top. Kanisi beaten to the ball by Razak. And then he comes up, takes the throw, and there's a good chance for a shot coming in there from Sassi. Been blocked though. That's a good shot. He rifles one in there, Chalali, and it's been saved very well there by Adrienne. And that's just really good opportunism. Sees the loose ball, wants to go and just pounce and get the shot in. Does exactly that. Three. The corner, there's the corner, lofted in. There's a couple of players coming up, and well, they didn't really communicate too well, the centre backs there, Braun and Meria. To be honest with you, I think Meria was, he had his view blocked by Braun. Not too much separating these two teams. 5 shots for Tunisia though, and 2 on target, 1 on target for Madagascar, and just 2 shots. Here they are, Madagascar, the danger, the shot takes a deflection as well, and it's very well read there by Hassan, the goalkeeper for the Eagles of Carthage. They give the ball back to Metania. Lofted ball, came from an offside position. Surely came from an offside position. And the referee says, carry on, the flag stayed down. And we had Sima bouncing, but got away with it. There's another shot, but that's just not the right shot, is it? Well, because it came off the Tunisian player, of course, that's he was onside. There was the flick. A bit of shirt pulling as well there from Braun. A little bit unlucky. It's the last minutes of the first half. Dadi. Totally to Sassi, the Zamalek man. Something to prove in front of the Egyptian fans who still coming to the matches, of course, after the elimination to South Africa. Big club Zamalek, one of the most successful clubs in Egypt, along with Ahli, of course. The rivalry is top-notch. Throwing over on that far side for Madagascar, holding Tunisia. Maiden Africa Cup of Nations. Kasri, 1 minute of added time. Kasri tries to thread the ball through. That's handball taken quickly. Oh, that was very cheeky. But why not? Losing the ball there, Lima Haritra. Shreda. Ball just stabbed, kicked away. Adadi. Probably the last play of the half. Sassi. Kanisi gets taken down. That's a wonderful turn. Very fine play indeed coming from Sakni. But his shot is directed at Adrian, and he really wasn't too concerned about that. But the wonderful way in which he just shook out Anisette was, well, top class. Lofted ball over the top, the danger is here. Slipped out wide, picked up by Haddadi. Oh, that was a chance again from Sakni. And the Madagascar defence, a little bit slack at the back. They'll be happy to go into the changing rooms. Have a little bit of a chat with their coach, Nicolas Dupuis. It is goalless after 45 minutes here at the Al Salam Stadium between Madagascar and Tunisia. Well, I must admit that the Barea Madagascar have put up a very firm fight, and they're showing Tunisia what they're capable of doing there. Holding fort at the back, a little bit slack in the last few moments of the game, but apart from that, they thoroughly deserve to be where they are, and they've They've not showed us any signs that they're underperforming or they're playing worse than Tunisia. And that basically means that we've got a very interesting second half coming up. They put in a fine first half of this very important shift here in northern Cairo. Nicolas Dupuy knows that he's still got an opportunity here to try and guide his team through to the semi-finals. Madagascar 0, Tunisia 0, 6 shots to 3, and well, 4 and 2 for Madagascar. The possession is all about Tunisia, and well, we haven't had any bookings. It's been a very clean game, to be perfectly honest with you. No corners for Madagascar. They need to sharpen their shooting boots in the second half. But a couple of opportunities. This was a pretty tame effort, I must admit, coming in from Andrea Sima. We're going to find a goal or two in the second half. Sakni's been very dangerous. That was the attempted 1-2 with Kanisi, and he just couldn't get to that ball. It was taken well by Adrian. Just look at this save here from the Martin goalkeeper. Stunning effort, stunning free kick there from Kazri. Just tipped onto the crossbar and Matania. Long-range shot that maybe should have been a cross. And the last exchanges of this game. Look at this for a great shot coming in, beautiful effort. Forcing Adrian to produce the save there. Jalali. Sakni. With an effort directed at the goalkeeper. Tame effort there from the Upin player. And there's your highlights from the first half. Goalless here at the Al Salam Stadium. Second half coming up in a few minutes' time.
الكرة ملهوش حدود، كل ما تستخدم فيزا أكتر في مصر وأنت مسافر كل ما هتقرب من حلمك. فيزا أي مرة تمتعون.
Orange, the historic sponsor of the tournament, presents the Fan of the Match Award. Our winner today is Azim Jozi. Congratulations, Amin Josie from Tunisia.
الكورة لعبة أهم حاجة فيها هي الكورة. ما بتتلعبش بغير جزمة مخصوصة للكورة على ملعب متغطي بيها. الكورة ملهاش طريقة واحدة عشان تلعبها ولا طريقة واحدة عشان تردها.
Everyone has a chance. One is
عشان حبك للكورة ملهوش قيمة، كل ما تستخدم فيزا أكتر في مصر وأنت مسافر كل ما هتقرب من حلمك. فيزا أينما كنت تكون.
See, I was missing you. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I know I did to love has been paid.
في توتال نعمل دائما من أجلك. توتال الراعي الرسمي لكرة القدم
The minnows of this 32nd edition of the Africa Cup of Nations here in Egypt, Madagascar, are currently holding Tunisia, 2004 winners at home, and Nicolas Dupuis, the Frenchman at the helm of Barea, is doing a sterling job so far. He's in a comfortable position, but probably got a little bit nervous in the last 5-10 minutes because they peppered that goal, and Adrian has been forced to produce some fine saves in that first half. So they need to just get themselves back together again and just work out and understand why and how they managed to get this far in the competition and how they did it. Because Tunisia are looking very strong, very dangerous on attack. The likes of Sakni, Kazri, Khenisi, Chalili and Sassi have been probing, looking, exploring, and on the cusp of getting themselves a goal that would just lift their spirits a little bit higher and put them in a very solid position going into the second half. But Adrian has been the man at the back. He's been their anchor. He's been the stopper and the goalkeeper who's produced a couple of wonderful saves that have just prevented the Eagles from stooping down and getting what they want and just sinking their talons into the ultimate prize, an elusive goal in this last 8 of this competition. Unbeaten in their first ever Africa Cup of Nations so far. They will need to really dig deep now. And they need to produce more shots on goal. They need to be a little bit more flexible and maybe ambitious moving forward. The players, they've got the talent, the work rate is there, but they really need to test Hassan, who hasn't really been pushed. These fans who have travelled all the way from that stunning island in the Indian Ocean, where I'm sure that not just the entire population of the country are watching this match, but also the entire population of Limas have found a way to actually watch this match. Of course they have. This is massive. This is not just an ordinary football match. I think that we saw the spirit and we understood exactly what Madagascar was all about when they were coming through the qualifying campaign and coming up and not getting psychologically stunned in the headlights when they come up against the likes of Senegal. I think that's the moment that we realised that they were serious contenders to qualify. Well, here they are, and this is now the business end of this competition for them. You won a semi-final against Senegal to just reignite that rivalry that you had in the 2 matches you played in qualification. Well, you've got to do something a little bit more against Tunisia now, because if they play second fiddle and they just continue to just try and soak up the pressure, it's just going to be a question of time before the Eagles of Carthage find the back of the net, because they're working hard and they've got talent on the pitch. just like Madagascar, but it's players who have played in finals before, players who have that experience. That's a great ball. Is he onside as well? The ball's in the back of the net. There's your goal. There's your goal. The flag stays down, and we're barely 2 minutes into the second half. Khazri has scored the goal, but the flag has gone up, and now we're going to try and understand what's going on. This is going to go to VAR, I believe, but the linesman's decision. Let's have a look at this. He's offside. He is offside, and Khazri is half a metre offside. Fortunate with the shot, of course, but that was very late. Don't need to go to VAR. That was very late. In any case, well, we've seen a goal finally, but anyway, it's not been awarded. Mikey, not even 2 minutes in. As I said, they have to be very vigilant at the back. You've got to see 4 defenders at the back who are marshalling every single centimetre of that back line, and just more importantly, watching those front men. Kanisi, he twirls, he moves. Honestly, I don't want to see him on the dance floor, because I think that he could probably outdance John Travolta. He is such a good mover, and he is dangerous. Here's the ball coming out wide, an opportunity for Haddadi to try and get the ball across. Sakni has the ball at his feet, turns, gets it back to his teammate. Shkiri unable to get the ball, and Madagascar push up into enemy territory, slow it down marginally. That's what they'll try and do, just diffuse that momentum that Tunisia like to build up. And when they do build that up, it really is just a question before they actually find the back of the net. Madagascar have really got to just stop that and really believe in themselves, play their game, and continue to believe that they are capable of going further in this competition. But they have to work hard. It all comes down to a lot of work off the ball, and a lot of smart play. Schroeder's down on the ground in some pain. Was it a hit in the face? It's a flick in the face. How serious is it? Andrea just flipping his nose, I think. Jures. Tunisia qualified for the last 14 Africa Cup of Nations. Just coming into this match, they managed to beat Croatia, of course, World Cup finalists against France, 2-1 away from home, and a 2-0 win against Iraq. They were the 2 matches that they played. Of course, we saw them at the World Cup last year in Russia. Senegal, the best performing African nation. Tunisia losing against England 2-1, then 5-2 against Belgium, beating Panama in the final group game. Good work by Anisset, the Ludogorets man. And a ball that's come over to the left-hand side, neatly done. Monbrise, can he get the delivery in? Well, that was a beautiful cross that was nearly met in the middle by Elaima Haritra. And it all happened so quickly. You just get the impression that if they do start to attack a little bit like that, then they will rattle this Tunisian defence. The delivery was very fine indeed. He stooped down, didn't he? The forwards, but he couldn't connect. It comes out wide to Kishrida. Bron, and over to Meria. Olympiakos, based in playing his football in Greece, of course. CS Sfaxian player as well, 4 seasons there in back in Tunisia. Shkiri. Bron, who picks out Sakni's one of the dangerous players on this pitch for Tunisia. Squares the ball, it's a good opportunity. Sassi takes a deflection. They've got the goal. It's been awarded this time. Tunisia get the goal. Tunisia take the lead, and the Eagles of Carthage with a little bit of lady luck to send their fans into party mode, and they push forward right from the start of the second half. That was so unlucky for Madagascar. Tunisia take the lead. And there's Sassi, the Zamalek player. They all know him here. The White Knights winger. Takes the ball there. There's his first touch with the right foot. It comes off Fontaine, I think, which is just unlucky. And the Reims centre-back comes off his back, sending the goalkeeper at the end the wrong way. You can do nothing about that. That is just unlucky. It wasn't a very strong shot. It just comes off his backside. Well, that's just so unfortunate. They've got to still continue to believe. That's not a great goal scored, of course. You know, it's not a goal that they can put down as saying, oh, well, they beat us fair and square. That was just a little bit of lady luck. Tunisia take the lead. Here's Netania. Netania gets the ball across. It's been met there by Bron. And Razak. More motivated, I think, but they've got to also remain vigilant at the back. Mention how important it is for them to just not lose their cool, play their own game. Sassi scoring is this goal of this competition. They've got a free kick over on that side. And it's a dangerously positioned one as well. Shkiri's coming up. I'm sure that we'll see Meria as well, and Bron. There we can see them. Centre backs as per usual. Just coming up to make it complicated. Free kick from Kazri. Kazri's free kick into the pails, punched away there by Adrian. He's coming to the rescue once again. Kazri's got such a potent free kick on him, such a fine shot. Look at that, it's coming around perfectly. Punched with some force by the Marti goalkeeper. Picked up there by Andrea. Andrea pushing forward, showing a little. Oh, that's just not the right pass out wide, is it? Here it is again. Oh, it's just unfortunate, isn't it? Will not get an easier goal than that, really. Sassi scoring his 5th goal for Tunisia. His 51st match that he's playing for Eagles of Carthage, born in Ariana. For Esperance and CS Sfaxien, also in France for Metz. Playing for Metz on the East Coast, of course, back in the Ligue 1 this season. There's confirmation of the goal. Gianni Sassi, 27-year-old player for the White Knights. Putting Tunisia ahead. Madagascar pushing the ball around, trying to find a bit of space. Can't make mistakes when Sakni's got the ball on the left-hand side. He's got players coming up as well. Kanisi just moves into position. They've still got the ball. That's into the penalty area, but cleared. And Fontaine this time makes no mistakes, but just look at that feeble pass that was cut out. Sakni just falls off his feet, but there again you see the way that the ball is taken across his goal by Amada and given back to Tunisia. You've got to be so careful, and they're not being very sturdy at the back. Captain goes down as he tries to twist and turn. There it is for Tunisia. The 4 winners going to try and score another goal. Fired into the penalty box and headed away by Lalena. No one behind him apart from Shkiri, the Montpellier midfielder. Switching flanks. Kasri comes over to take another corner. The dead ball specialist. Kasri's corner. Long range volley there. It's not good enough. Shkiri unable to keep it down and get it on target. Watched on by Gires. And Dupree, look at the frown, look at the look. You can see that he's trying to understand what he can better, how he can improve this team, what he can do to tactically get his team on top or get them an equaliser. Also studying the opponent's long-range effort there from the Saint-Etienne forward, Kasri. Born in Ajaccio, Kasri. It's been his first part of his professional career playing for Ajaccio. One for Island of Corsica. And a chance again. Sakni just teased the ball up. It's Kasri. Kasri, oh, the shot. Great save. And Adrian comes to the rescue. It's gone in. Oh, perseverance pays off. And Sakni gets his goal. 2-0 for Tunisia. And Madagascar is starting to fall apart. They're starting to just allow their opponents to play and just get the shots in left, right and centre. Adrian, oh, he looks beaten there. Sakni's worked really hard around the fringes of the penalty box. This is difficult to digest for the barrier, for the Moroccans, for the Tunisians, who are here. They really are celebrating in a big way. Sakni salutes the Eupen man, based in Belgium. He is absolutely thrilled, but it comes from a mistake. They've given the ball away. And just look at this. First of all, that's the shot saved by Kasri. And I'm afraid that he was given too much space. Sakni just allowed to really touch the ball there and get his shot in with 3 Madagascar players around him. That's not good enough. He finds a little pocket in the corner. And it's a fine strike to beat the goalkeeper Adrian. Sakni making it 2-0. To add to Sassi's goal, the second half is all about Tunisia. They've scored 3, but 1 was disallowed, rightfully so. Sakni scoring his 15th goal for Tunisia. An important goal it is now, because that will give them the cushion that they need. Madagascar have got nothing left to do but attack, attack, attack. We've got to see the venom. We've got to see what they're capable of doing. They have to lay on the pressure. Tunisia, 12 shots, 7 on target. Madagascar, 4 and 2. Goal taken by Mombris. Grenoble left back. 10. It's Andrea. First half hero, but difficult the second half. The ball's been picked up in the middle by Laima Haricha. Andrea Sima battling hard, taken down, picked up by Laima Haricha. Out wide. Tania back to the Charleroi player. It's a good ball over to the left-hand side. Second chance to try and get his crossover Andrea, but Kasri's there. And he coolly slips the ball to Kashrida. Yeah, it's time for the substitutes to come on. And you can see that Jeremy Morel, the defender from Olympique Lyon, the veteran, 35 years of age, will come on. And he's going to be joined there by Pauline Fouavi. He's in Egypt. Or Misrael Makassa. Fouavi, a centre forward. Morel, of course, a central defender, who will logically come on to replace Fontaine. Razak over to Fontaine. Finds Andrea. And he's sick. It's good to pass the ball around in the midfield, but you've got to also produce a little bit more movement up front. So those forwards that need to start moving into position. Just greeting that. Kasri gets it down the right-hand side with loads of space. It's an opportunity here where Kenisi tries to back heels the ball into towards his teammate Msakni, the captain. Then it's been tidied up there by Sassi, pulled out wide, picked up by Haddadi. Oh, they've done it again. They've got acres of space down the left-hand side. Can he get a decent cross in? There's the cross. But there's not one single white shirt in the penalty box. And it's Mombris who gets the ball to Amada. Not having a great game tonight. Good work there by Bron, by Melia, moving forward, and Sakni goes down. It's going to be a free kick, and the first yellow card of the game. He's just a little bit too late there, isn't he? I'm afraid, Laleda. Is Morel going to come on immediately? I think he is. So Razak is the player who's going to come off. Fontaine stays, so Jeremy Morel. Olympique Lyon's Jeremy Morel, 35 years of age, former Lorient Marseille player as well. Plenty of experience, and persuaded by Nicolas Dupuy to come and play for Madagascar. The later comes off, made a good first half, but he's just run out of gas, I get the impression. Like Fouavi. Well, he's got a lot of energy. A fine skill set as well. I think Sakni's going to come up as well. Here comes Sliti Naim. score of that second goal. You can see that. Look at the perseverance, the captain pushing forward, falling, it's off balance, and still manages to get that strike in. And the free kick goes wide this time from Kansri. Takes over the captaincy, there you can see. Slipping a little bit as he made contact with the ball. And that slip prevented it from going towards Adrian. Tunisian fans. That contingent will build over the next few days. It's guaranteed if they manage to get themselves through this quarter-final. Of course, the president of the country, Mr. Andre Rajoelina, is not looking that happy. Complicated match this is against Tunisia. They did exceptionally well to beat Democratic Republic of Congo to get themselves into the quarterfinals. Don't get me wrong, that win against Nigeria was just outrageously good, outrageously unexpected. The problem is now that Adrian's down and he's receiving treatment, which means that they have to get their second goalkeeper off the bench and out, getting warmed up, of course. There he is. Jean-Dieudonné Randrian Solo. Sakni is the been a very important part of this Tunisian team. It's a better performance from Tunisia, I must admit. They've can never take the big teams out of the equation when they get to this part of the competition. Of course, you know, it's when you start to see the true facade of giants who have won this competition before, even if they have had mediocre runs through the group stage. And when I mention that, I'm talking about, Nigeria's performances in the group stage were lackluster. We didn't expect them to be playing like that. We expect a lot, football being a lot better, of course. Morocco got ousted so early in the competition. And by Benin, of course. And then we saw Cameroon knocked out by Ghana. Egypt getting eliminated by South Africa. It's been a very interesting and riveting Cup of Nations this year, I must admit. Nicolas Dupuy. Let's see what they could do. Is a good opportunity. Look at this. Can he get it shot in? Ajay gets knocked over. Is that going to be a penalty? The referee says no. No, no, no. What he didn't manage to do there, Andrea, I don't know. But look at that. That was horrible from Meria. Afterwards, well, he gets knocked down. But I think, is that a... Maria with Andrea, look at that. The crazy moment that was. Mombris has the ball in his hands. There's a throw in here for Madagascar. What's the referee going to be doing here, Mr. Alioum? Grenoble, left back, gets the ball back, but he gives it to Kansri. Throw in. There's a player down with a bit of cramp, I think. And it's Charbel. is the substitute goalkeeper. They might not be needed for the for penalties. Doesn't look like it. Farouk Ben Mustafa, of course, the older goalkeeper in this Tunisian squad. And, looking good for Chalalai. Mombris. Schrieder working well, and there's Amada. Amada tries to get his cross into the penalty box, headed away quite easily there. There's Morel. Oh, Morel's pass is an ugly one. Obviously brought down there by Amada. And a free kick it is for Tunisia. Two goals to nil. 2 goals scored in the second half. Sassi with the opener, and then of course Sakni with the second goal. I think that's going to be able to really test Tunisian goalkeeper. Have to put this Tunisian defence under pressure. They don't have anything to lose now. They've got to understand that the only way that they're going to get themselves into the semi-finals is by scoring goals, and there's still plenty of time, but they need to really make themselves a little bit more threatening up front. There's been a tremendous tail, it really has, for Barea. And now it's really up to them. They want to continue this campaign here in Egypt. Mombris. Schrieder. Nicely squared to the path of Fontaine. Gets the ball back. Much movement now. Andrea needs to make himself available. This is Netania. It's going a little bit too far though, but the idea was good. Wabi knows that he's got to stay away from those defenders. At the same time, find a way through that defence. We've got another change. Tunisia decided to bring on Mohamed Draguer. Chalalai goes off. Still not seeing Ben Mohamed's coming on. Changes now for Tunisia. A little push in the back there on Bron. And a free kick for Tunisia. It'll be taken here by Shkiri. 15 minutes to go here at the Al Salam Stadium. And Tunisia on the verge of a semi-final against Senegal. Nigeria will take on Algeria. And that will make for 2 very interesting battles taking place between 2 West African nations and 2 North African nations. Netania into the midfield, picked up by Anisset, the Ludogorets man. Morel takes the ball, and it's a nice little move. That's very good, very well played. That is pushing forward here as Voavi. He's got a little bit of adrenaline about him. That's just come off the defender. Haddadi doesn't go out of play, but it's going to be a throw-in. And I think we've got another change. Jiva's going to come on, and he will come on to replace Elaima Haritra, Charleroi player. Three changes made by Madagascar. Last one has taken a deflection, and it's taken easily there by Hassan, the Nice goalkeeper. No pressure at all. Oh, he needs to be quick to get there. They just wait for the ball to come to them. They're going to have problems. It's a nice little move, that is, by Metani. A little bit lucky there. And that's a great ball down the right-hand side. And that's a good pass back from Meria to Hassan. Lofted upfield, a push in the back there by Kazri. And it's a free kick for Madagascar. Just see that Montbrice gets the hands in the face. Amada back to Fontaine. Up there by Draga, out wide to Kanisi. Numerous monitors. Marshals has to touch that. That's a nice touch, a very nice touch. A little bit lucky there. It's a nice touch, but you don't really want to play with fire, do you? A bit lucky under a little bit of pressure. Shkidi came down, but now's a chance for Madagascar to push forward. They got players moving forward. We need to see a little bit of a spark from the Balia side. Andrea on the edge of the penalty box, still with the ball, and lucky. There's the shot. It's a rasping effort there, but it's gone wide, and it's a goal kick. Well, he hit it with some force. Couldn't get it on target. Well, there's been one, that's very well won, that is, and this is the danger of Khinisi. It's the ball back to Keshrida, as well the Sahelman, Bron, Meria, they're all there, they're all looking very comfortable, knowing that they've got that 2-goal cushion. Is a game changer, isn't it? Sassi in the midfield gets the ball back to his teammate. The ball comes out. There's a chance there. Well, it was very close. Haddadi pushing up really from deep to come up and take that. And he was onside the moment that he just made his move. Good scoring opportunity, but his first touch wasn't great. And afterwards, he was just lunging and trying to lash out to try and toe poke the ball past Adrian. Mentanile does well. Sliti makes the block. 10 minutes to go here at the Al Salam Stadium before we find out who will take on Senegal. At the moment, it's looking good for Tunisia. Can't see Madagascar coming back into this, but you can only dream if you're from the islands, that wonderful island in the Indian Ocean. We've seen miracles happen, and Nicolas Dupuis is the miracle man. Can he pull the strings? Can he enable this fairy tale to continue that makes a complete mockery of fairy tales of olden times? Forget about the Cinderella story and everything. This is really just an extraordinary fairy tale, and one that we'll remember for a very long time. The AFCON, where Madagascar showed a lot of teams how to play football, beating the giants of West Africa, Nigeria, beating the Democratic Republic of Congo, a team that we saw back in the 70s. It was absolute gold. And pushing this Tunisian team for the first 45 minutes in the quarter-final. Well, that's he gets a lot of credit, doesn't he, Sassy? They love him here. There's a lot of Zamalek fans here. I've seen the shirts around the stadium. You can see them, the white and red shirts, just like the Tunisian colours. There's the free kick coming in there from Andrea. And Wadi comes on to replace Sassy. Madagascar. Oh, it's a neat little piece of play from Anise. Gets the ball across. Andrea can't turn and he can't get his shot on target, but it was well worked. Needed to just pivot, bring it around, and get his knee over the ball to drive it into the corner. But you could see that he was just losing balance a little bit, and I think he was just a little bit too over keen, over ambitious there. Trying to produce a sledgehammer strike rather than hitting a rocket, but making sure that you actually get it on target. Accuracy was vital in that move. They pick the ball up again. They start pushing forward again. Jiva there, slipping the ball into the middle. The foul was made by the Tunisian, and now we have a free kick. Wadi just getting himself straight, wrapping himself around Andrea Tsima like an anaconda. Hungry one at that. Lofted ball down into the corner. It's gone straight out of play. A throw in it is. They don't look like they believe anymore. It's tough. You know, the moment that you know that your campaign comes to an end, that your dreams will not get completely fulfilled. At the same time, you've got to realize that, you know, this is already an extraordinary journey that they've taken, and that they've taken not just the coaches and the fans here, but the 25 million people back home and around the world who are watching Madagascar and that have seen what Madagascar are capable of doing. It's been extraordinary. Everybody's been talking about your country. Foul it is. Draguer just knocking over Voivy. Ball falls to Netanya, Minnesota United FC. Team that just came into the MLS 2017. Get off to a great start, conceding more goals than any other team in their first four matches, I think, but afterwards started to find their feet. Their coach Adrian Heath has the ball over on the right-hand side. Can Netanya get his crossover? Being blocked and held there by Haddadi, the Dijon man. It's just not a good pass. And a reckless challenge there on Khenisi. And Anisette will pick up a yellow card for that, the Ludogorets man. Well, as you can see the players of Madagascar. They've got the longest names in African football, as we know. And, obviously, Aniset's full name is quite a mouthful for any commentator. Andrian Antenina. There you go. Best shot. 2-0. Sassi, along with that goal that was scored by Sakni. The first goal, a little bit of a fluky effort that came off the backside of Fontaine. Boavi goes on a little bit of a wander, but Tunisian defence back in position with Shkiri, who is blocking absolutely everything. That tall frame of his. Still over 3 minutes to go. Get a goal now, might just give them something to feed off. Remember, this game can go to extra time, it can go to penalties. We saw Algeria beat Côte d'Ivoire after penalties just earlier on today. Boni missing, Seridi missing as the president of Madagascar, André Rajoelina. Came here for the last 16 penalty shootout victory over the Democratic Republic of Congo. Just a handful of days ago as Kanisi goes down. Must be tired now. Look at Montbris. Well, that's quite a rigid challenge around his neck. Look at that. By the Grenoble man. I know that Grenoble's in the French Alps, of course, and the mountain men are pretty hard and virile, but there was no need for that. The Tunisian bench, they are obviously starting to think that it's wrapped up, this semi-final berth. It doesn't come easy, their next clash. They think that this has been hard. They're going to come up against the Senegal team, who are going to be more motivated than ever. They've never won the competition. They've got themselves into the final, finished runners-up, but they've never won it. Can you imagine what Aliou Cissé is thinking? Well, he's thinking, hey guys, this is our opportunity. Highest ranked team in Africa. In 2002 is when they were runners-up, losing against Cameroon. Senegal, Tunisia. Unless we see 2 goals scored in quick succession here. There's the free kick that was lofted in there by Andrea. Saudi Arabia-based player. It's a nice slick pass out to the left-hand side. Boavi takes on his man, gets down into the penalty area, but he just nosedives. He's too quick for himself. Look at that. He's going a little bit too low, and he's just unable to stay on his feet. Some of these Madagascan players, they really are nifty, to say the least. But it's sad to see these faces, of course. I think that they've resigned to defeat, it looks like, as we reach the last few seconds. We will only give them credit for what they've achieved. They can't get those 2 goals and take this game to extra time. Well, Kanisi goes down, brought down there by Montbris. 3 minutes of added time, 4 minutes of added time it is. But it's a free kick for Tunisia. The Eagles of Carthage. Alan Giresse' men take it quickly. They're going down into the corner, of course. There's no need to try and go for goal, but they do. And Khazri, there's a shot coming. Oh, that was a thunderous effort there as Naeem came through. Saw an opportunity, and it was a snapshot and a fine strike indeed. He was trying to keep it down. I think there was the same reaction from everybody in the stadium. Shrida. in terms of players who have really stood out in tonight's clash. I think Sakni's been a fine player out here. He really, especially in the first half, he was causing all sorts of problems. Khazri has been a danger man for Tunisia as well. Adrian probably stopped about 2 goals from going in as well for Madagascar. Could have been a heavier defeat. This is neat play here from Amada, the MC Algiers man. Andrea slips the ball out wide. An opportunity here. Can they get their shot in on goal? And there's Andrea who looks to try and pounce on the loose ball, but it's blasted away there by Bron. Love to see Madagascar just get a consolation goal, just to finish off on a high. And Andrea goes and tries to win that ball. It's going to be a corner. Came across to get rid of that, didn't he, Ahwadi? Looking at handball there, because the cameras don't miss anything these days. Andrea with the corner. Bullet header there. Nearly, oh, it's an opportunity here. Khazri's got Naeem next to him. Khazri to Naeem. Naeem. Oh, it's a delightful goal. It's all done and dusted. It's wrapped up. Alan Duras's Eagles of Carthage have done it. They've surely done it. There's nothing that's going to stop them now. They've got that third goal. Oh, it wasn't that beautiful play there from Khazri. The counter-attack just worked, an absolute treat. Yalla. The Tunisians are on fire. The Eagles have just landed once again. Khazri's unselfishness. Look at that header there from Kanisi. It was a bullet header. It nearly fell on the halfway line. And look at Khazri just teasing the defender, slipping the ball out wide. And then he's got acres of space to choose his spot. And look at that little dink. Oh, that was delicious. That was absolutely delicious. And Sleety, Naeem Sleety with the third goal. That has just hammered in the final nail in this Madagascan coffin. The second half has been an absolute delight for these Tunisian players. The fans are enjoying it now. They're buoyant, they're bouncing, they're shifting, they're thrilled, and they know that it's all over. Mr. Alioum is about to blow the final whistle. Now Sleety coming to score that third goal. There's the final. No, it's throw-in, sorry. There it is, there's the final whistle. Tunisia are into the semi-finals. Tunisia are going one step further in this competition. 3-0. A confident, a very solid performance to knock out the team that have just made us dream, that have injected so much happiness and bonheur into African football by bringing us this far. Madagascar losing 3-0 against Tunisia, and the Barea, led by Nicolas Dupuis, I'm afraid will be heading home soon. But what they've done is just made us believe that even small teams, small nations that are not ranked highly in the continent can go very far in the competition. And the smiles are still there, and that's all that counts. It's football, of course, and, well, as the president of Madagascar, Mr. Rajoelina, shaking hands with the CAF president, who's also from Madagascar, Mr. Ahmed. But it's Tunisia who are celebrating, and they will now take on Senegal in the other semi-final. All 4 semi-finalists, we know who they are now. There'll be tears, there'll be disappointments back in Madagascar, of course there will. But again, you've just got to underline the fact that they have thrilled us. They've showed us some wonderful football. They've showed what small teams, what small nations in the footballing world can actually do against the giants. And they brought down some of the giants. Sassi gets the man of the match award, the total man of the match award for Gianni Sassi, the Zamalek man, scoring one of the goals, the first one that just released the lid on this pressure cooker quarter-final here at the Al Salam Stadium. And then, of course, Msakni and Naim Sliti added the other two goals. Well, I hope that all of these players from Madagascar get the reception that they thoroughly deserve when they land back in Antananarivo, where they'll receive a hero's welcome, regardless of this defeat here. They've thrilled an entire island. They've thrilled an entire continent. They've showed us something special in their first ever Africa Cup of Nations. Well done, Madagascar. Well done, Tunisia. Finally, we get to see what they're capable of doing. Now, they will come up against the top-ranked team in Africa, Senegal. Different game, different kind of game. They come up against the physicality of Aliou Cissé's men. But they won't be thinking about that just yet. They'll be just soaking up this 3-0 victory against Madagascar. And the fans are obviously giving total credit to these players that have been handpicked and chosen by Nicolas Dupuis. This is just wonderful, isn't it? How about that? It's beautiful. They've done their nation proud. Madagascar, well, it's all over for Madagascar. Tunisia march on. So let's have a look at the other shots. 16 and 9. That's the big difference between these two teams out here tonight. Madagascar unable to really tee up those shots and test the goalkeeper Hassan. Well, it's a very clean game, I must admit. Let's have a look at this. Sumptuous save there by Adrian from Khazri. Pushing the ball onto the crossbar. It was goalless after 45 minutes. The second half, oh my word, day and night. Started off with this. Khazri, goal initially given, but the referee finally spotting the linesman who reacted a little bit late, I must admit. Look where Khazri goes. There he is, boom, he's offside. And the goal was not given. It literally took them about 2 minutes before this happened. Ball gets fired over to Msakni. Msakni. It's the ball. Well, there's Sassi who has a little bit of space, and he hits the ball off the backside of Fontaine to offer Tunisia a 1-0 lead. Look at that, that is just unfortunate. Adrian couldn't do anything. Pinching the ball in the midfield, comes to Msakni. Msakni slips the ball into the middle there. It's Khazri who gets his shot in, and then afterwards, the captain pounces on the loose ball. One touch and a strike. The defence not good enough to clear the danger. Flies into the corner, beating Adrian to make it 2-0. We thought that was it. No, it wasn't. That header there made it a 2-on-1 scenario. Kinesi's header was just incredible. And Naim Sliti takes the ball from Khazri. And perfect finish there. Little dink of the ball over the goalkeeper, who's low. And there's your third goal. The celebrations follow. Tunisia are into the semi-finals. This is what it looks like now. Giants, 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 all former winners inside the semi-finals. Senegal, Tunisia, Algeria, Nigeria. Two wonderful battles between two West African nations and two North African nations. And the first of the two is Senegal against Tunisia, 30th of June Stadium, and that's at 6 p.m. local time. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.